When making a major purchase, like an in-ground pool, no one wants to be surprised by a hidden expense or something they didn't anticipate. So in today's video, we're going to go over the top 7 hidden costs for in-ground pool projects.
Maybe the hide and seek thing won't work for this video.
You don't think so? All right. What's up guys, I'm Christian with River Pools, and in today's video we're going over the top 7 hidden costs for in-ground pool projects. Starting with number 1, a land survey. You're already excited about the prospect of having a pool installed in your backyard, and you've signed the contract with the builder of choice. But just before construction, or even worse, during construction, you and your builder discover that the location of your pool and patio is indeed too close to the property line and does not meet setback requirements. That's a bad feeling and can lead to a very costly delay in your project. Having a land survey performed before construction begins will definitively tell you where the property lines are and where all permanent structures are, indicating exactly where your pool can go and where your patio can go on your property. Hidden cost number 2, the need for a retaining wall. The retaining walls might be necessary for some projects in order to hold the earth back so it can properly hold the pool in place. It's also essential for your yard to drain properly. More on that topic a little bit later. If a pool builder you're considering hiring mentions that a retaining wall may be necessary, tune in, ask questions, and a lot of them, so that you know upfront whether or not the retaining wall is indeed necessary. Understand this in the beginning and get the costs associated with it. There's nothing worse than discovering a retaining wall is necessary during construction. And here's a pro tip. If any portion of the top of your pool will be out of the ground more than 30 inches once it's installed, a retaining wall will be necessary. Hidden cost number 3, extra concrete or patio. A lot of times pool builders will offer a price for a project and they will say things like, this includes the patio. But how much? What's the material that they're pricing into the project? And is this patio space enough to meet the needs for what you're envisioning in your backyard? So ask questions like how much and what's this going to look like when the project is complete? To be sure you're planning for enough material and enough installation help to get the patio you need around your pool project. Hidden cost number 4, dirt hauling. Now, when your pool is installed, a significant amount of dirt is going to come out of the ground. And by significant, I mean a lot. A lot. It's going to be a lot of dirt. In fact, picture your pool above the ground and multiply that by 2 or 3. It's a lot of dirt. But where's this dirt going to go? If you have a small property and you don't have a way to use the dirt or a place to store it, it has to go somewhere. So having a dump truck driver on hand to haul that dirt away is going to be necessary. But what is that cost going to be? Ask that question up front and be sure it's included in the total proposal for your in-ground pool. Hidden cost number 5, landscaping and drainage. Now, it's very easy to get into the pool planning process and picture the pool itself and the patio, but what about all of the parts of your yard beyond that? We're talking about the yard itself, the flower beds, the grass, and where's all the stormwater going to go? These elements are often overlooked in pool proposals and sometimes require additional work to be added to the scope or the need to hire a professional landscaper. So don't overlook the cost to put your yard back together after the project is complete. And be sure you understand where the stormwater is going to go when it rains. We're talking about the water that comes off of your roof through your gutters and downspouts. The path that it follows now is going to be drastically different than the path it will follow once your pool project is complete. You don't want that water running down and into your pool every time it rains. You also don't want that water running back towards your home. So be sure there's a plan in place to reseed your yard, or even better yet, have sod put down so that the ground gets established very quickly. This will help support proper drainage when storms arise around your pool. Hidden costs number 6, electrical and or gas connections. Now, some pool builders are going to include the cost for electrical connections in their proposals, and some won't. They'll bill separately. Either way is fine, so long as you understand the amount of work and the amount of materials necessary, and the cost associated with having it done properly. Know this information up front. And if you are having a gas heater put in to heat the water in your pool, you're also going to need to know the cost to have the gas connections to the heater run. Also understand that the current amount of gas going to your home for things like your stoves, your water heaters, your furnace may not be enough to also fuel or properly fuel the pool heater that you're having installed. So ask questions about the size of the meter going to your home and make sure that it will also service the pool heater you're having installed. If not, understand the cost to have it upgraded so that everything in your home and your pool will function properly. Hidden costs number 7, an improved fence or safety barrier for your pool. All jurisdictions have requirements that need to be met in order for the final inspection to be passed for your project, and part of that is an element of safety. If you have a fence now, you need to inquire about whether or not it meets the codes necessary for in-ground pool projects, and understand that your current fence may need to be pulled out and replaced or upgraded in some way. Not all locations require a fence, as some will allow an automatic cover to work as an approved safety barrier. In some locations, they both may be required. So make sure you ask questions around approved fencing and safety barriers for your pool and understand what your needs are and the costs associated before you begin your project. All right, my friends, I'm Kristen with River Pools. Those are the top 7 potentially hidden costs for in-ground pool projects. Start your planning early. Make sure you ask a lot of questions, and we will see you in a future video, my friends. Catch the wave.